The throne room of the second Death Star was silent, except for Vader's labored breathing. He stood alone, holding a fractured holocron in his mechanical hand. Ancient, forbidden, Sith Lord Darth Maul had created it centuries ago, obsessed with bending time and space. The Emperor believed it destroyed. He was wrong. Vader had found it in the ruins of Mustafar, buried beneath the fortress where his life had ended and his nightmare began. The holocron whispered promises, dark, seductive promises. Go back, save her, undo it all. For 23 years he had lived in this armor. 23 years of rage, pain, and suffocating darkness. Every breath reminded him of his failure. Every step echoed with Padme's dying words. There's still good in you, but was there? The holocron pulsed with crimson light, feeding on his anguish. The ritual was clear. Blood, pain, sacrifice. The Force would tear open just enough, just long enough. Vader ignited his lightsaber. Without hesitation, he drove the blade into the holocron's core. Reality screamed. The throne room exploded in blinding red energy. Time fractured like shattered glass. Vader felt his body dissolving, ripping apart atom by atom, yet held together by sheer willpower and the dark side's terrible strength. Images flashed before him. Padme's smile, Obi-Wan's betrayal, younglings falling, Mustafar burning, Luke's face. Then, nothing. When his vision cleared, Vader stood on solid ground, but the Death Star was gone. Before him stretched the endless cityscape of Coruscant, speeders hummed overhead. The sun was setting, painting the sky in shades of gold and crimson. The air tasted different, clean, alive. He looked down at his hands, still mechanical, still encased in black armor, still Vader. But the Force signature around him had changed. The galaxy felt younger, fuller, undamaged. Then he heard it, a voice, young, familiar, laughing. Vader turned slowly. 50 meters away, walking along the Jedi Temple Plaza with Obi-Wan Kenobi, was Anakin Skywalker. His past self, alive, whole, human. The boy he used to be had no idea the monster from his future was watching. Vader remained motionless in the shadows, watching his past self laugh with Obi-Wan. The sight was unbearable. Anakin looked so young, so confident. The Chosen One, walking freely in the sunlight, unaware that darkness was already circling him like a predator. Vader's mechanical fist clenched. He had to act, now. Before Palpatine's hooks dug any deeper, he stepped forward into the light. The movement caught Obi-Wan's eye first. The Jedi Master's hand flew to his lightsaber. "Who are you?" Anakin turned and froze. For a long moment, neither Skywalker moved. The plaza seemed to hold its breath. Anakin's eyes widened, scanning the black armor, the cape, the helmet. What are you?" Vader's respirator echoed between them. Slow, mechanical, haunting. "I am what you will become," Vader said, his voice distorted through the mask's vocabulator. "If you do not listen." Obi-Wan ignited his lightsaber, blue blade humming to life. "Step back, Anakin. This is a Sith trick." But Anakin didn't move. He stared at the figure before him, and something in the Force whispered terrible truths. Recognition without understanding. Fear without reason. "You're lying," Anakin said, but his voice wavered. Vader raised one hand and reached for the helmet's seal. "No!" Obi-Wan shouted, launching forward, but Vader was faster. With a hiss of depressurizing air, the helmet lifted free. What lay beneath made Anakin stumble backward in horror. The face was burned, scarred, pale as death, but the eyes, those blue eyes now dimmed and broken, were his. "No," Anakin whispered. "No, that's impossible." "It is your future, Anakin Skywalker," Vader said, his real voice raw and damaged. "Unless you let me save you, from him." Obi-Wan's blade was at Vader's throat in an instant. "Explain yourself, now." Vader's gaze never left Anakin. "Palpatine," he said. "The Chancellor, he is Darth Sidious, and he has already begun turning you." Anakin's world shattered. Obi-Wan's blade trembled. That's insane. But Anakin felt it. Deep in the Force, the truth he'd been too blind to see. "Padme," Vader continued, his voice breaking, "he will use her. He will promise to save her, and you will believe him. You will betray everything, and she will die anyway." Tears filled Anakin's eyes. "Who are you?" he whispered. Vader's burned face twisted in anguish. "I am Darth Vader, and I was once Anakin Skywalker." Obi-Wan's lightsaber remained at Vader's throat, but the Jedi Master's hand trembled. "This is madness," Obi-Wan said. "The Chancellor has led the Republic for years. Leave." "He's a liar," Vader interrupted, his damaged voice cutting through the air. Every word, every kindness, every promise, all designed to groom Anakin for his ultimate plan. Anakin shook his head, backing away. No, Palpatine saved me. He believed in me when the Council didn't. He's my friend. He is your predator, Vader snapped, and you are his prey. The words hung in the air like poison. Vader turned to face his younger self, fully ignoring Obi-Wan's blade. He has been manipulating you since you were 9 years old. Every conversation, every private meeting. He isolated you from the Jedi, made you doubt them, made you trust only him. That's not true, Anakin said, but his voice cracked. He knows about Padme, Vader continued. He's always known. He's been waiting, watching, until the moment he could use her against you. Anakin's face went pale. How do you? Because I lived it. Vader roared, and the Force itself seemed to shudder around them. He came to me in my darkest hour, told me he could save her from death. I believed him. I betrayed everything. The Jedi, Obi-Wan, the Republic, and when it was done, when I had burned the galaxy for him, she died anyway. Tears streamed down Anakin's face. No, he wanted her dead, Vader said, his voice breaking. Because without her, I had nothing left. No hope, no light, only him. Obi-Wan lowered his lightsaber slowly, his face stricken with horror. Dreams, Anakin whispered. The visions of Padme dying, they've already started. Vader nodded. The Force is warning you, but Palpatine will twist those warnings. He will tell you the Jedi are blind. That only through the dark side can you gain the power to save her. And it's a lie? Then it's a lie. Anakin asked desperately. It's the lie that destroyed me. Silence fell over the plaza. Speeders hummed overhead. The sun continued setting, but everything had changed. Obi-Wan stepped forward, his face grim. If what you say is true, if Palpatine truly is Darth Sidious, then we must go to the Council immediately. No, Vader said sharply. The moment you move against him, he will know. He will activate Order 66. What's Order 66? Anakin asked. Vader's burned face twisted in anguish, a command buried in every clone trooper's mind. But one word from Palpatine, and every Jedi in the galaxy will be executed by their own soldiers. Obi-Wan staggered backward as if struck. That's genocide. It's his masterpiece, Vader said bitterly. And in my timeline, it worked. Anakin's fist clenched. Then what do we do? Vader looked at his younger self, seeing the desperation, the fear, the hope still clinging to his eyes. We save Padme first, Vader said, before Palpatine can use her against you. They moved quickly through Coruscant's lower levels, away from prying eyes. Vader led them to an abandoned warehouse district. Obi-Wan kept his hand near his lightsaber. Anakin couldn't stop staring at the monster he would become. Explain, Obi-Wan demanded. How does Padme die? Vader's respirator hissed in the darkness. She doesn't die from the visions. She dies from me. Anakin stepped forward, fists clenched. What did you do? I tried to save her, Vader said, his voice raw with pain. Palpatine told me she would die in childbirth. He promised the dark side could prevent it, so I did everything he asked. Everything? Obi-Wan pressed. Vader's silence was answer enough. The Jedi Temple, Vader finally said. He ordered me to lead the assault. The younglings, everyone, and I obeyed. Anakin stumbled backward, horror written across his face. No, I would never. You would, Vader said, turning to face him. Because he convinced you it was the only way to gain the power to save her. And I was so desperate, so afraid of losing her. I believed him. Tears streamed down Anakin's face. And Padme? She came to Mustafar to stop me. She begged me to come back, but I was already lost. I thought she had betrayed me, brought Obi-Wan to kill me. So I... Vader's voice broke. I used the Force, I choked her. I nearly killed the woman I was trying to save. The warehouse fell silent except for Vader's mechanical breathing. She survived that, Vader continued, long enough to give birth to our children, Luke and Leia, twins. But her will to live was gone. I had broken her heart. And she died believing I was beyond saving. Anakin sank to his knees, sobbing. Obi-Wan's face was pale. Children, hidden from me, Vader said bitterly, hidden from the Emperor. Separated and raised in secret, Luke on Tatooine, Leia on Alderaan. Alderaan, Obi-Wan whispered, Bail Organa. Vader nodded. In my timeline, I hunted them for years without knowing they were my own children. The Emperor wanted them dead, or turned. Anakin looked up, his face twisted in anguish. How do we stop this? How do we save her? We break the cycle, Vader said. Palpatine's plan depends on your fear. He will manipulate the visions, make them worse, push you toward desperation. But if we act first, if we protect Padme now and expose him before he can strike, then she lives, Anakin finished. And so do the Jedi, Obi-Wan added. Nah. Vader extended his mechanical hand toward his younger self. But we must move now. Before Palpatine senses the disturbance in the Force, before he realizes the timeline has changed. Anakin stared at the hand, the same hand that would one day choke the woman he loved. Then he grasped it. Where is she now? Anakin asked. Her apartment, Vader said, but we can't go directly. Palpatine has spies everywhere. If he suspects, an explosion rocked the warehouse. The ceiling collapsed in fire and debris. Through the smoke, a figure descended, red lightsaber blazing. Count Dooku landed before them, eyes gleaming with dark purpose. Lord Sidious sends his regards, Dooku said, smiling coldly. And a message. The future dies here. Dooku's crimson blade slashed through the smoke. Vader ignited his own lightsaber, the red blade humming to life. You're early, old man. Sidious felt a disturbance, Dooku said, circling them. A wound in the Force, a timeline fracture. And here I find 3 Jedi, and whatever you are. Anakin and Obi-Wan ignited their sabers, blue light cutting through the darkness. You cannot win, Dooku continued. The future is already written. Then I'll rewrite it, Vader growled. The warehouse erupted into chaos. Vader moved with terrifying speed, his blade clashing against Dooku's in a shower of sparks. The old Sith's eyes widened in shock. This armored warrior fought with a style he recognized, but impossibly refined. Decades of experience compressed into pure lethal precision. Obi-Wan and Anakin attacked from both sides, coordinating their strikes, but Dooku was no fool. He unleashed a wave of Force lightning. Vader stepped forward, raising his hand. The lightning struck his palm and stopped. Crackling, hissing, contained. Impossible, Dooku whispered. I've had 20 years to master what you taught me, Vader said coldly. Then he pushed. The lightning reversed, slamming into Dooku and hurling him through the warehouse wall. Silence fell. Anakin stared at Vader in shock. How did you... Later, Vader said, we need to move. Now. They fled into the night, racing through Coruscant's lower levels. Behind them, sirens wailed. Dooku's attack had drawn attention. As they ran, Vader's mind raced. Dooku's appearance changed everything. Palpatine knew. He was already moving to protect his timeline, but there was still a chance. One moment, one decision that had damned Anakin's soul. Obi-Wan, Vader said as they reached a hidden speeder bay. In your timeline, has Anakin's mother died yet? Obi-Wan's face darkened. Shh. Shh. She was taken by Tusken Raiders on Tatooine. Months ago, we haven't told Anakin yet. Vader's heart sank. You're too late. Anakin stopped running. His face went pale. What? Your mother, Vader said, turning to face him. She was tortured, beaten, dying, and I found her. Just before she took her last breath. Anakin's voice shook. No. And in my rage, Vader continued, I slaughtered them. Every Tusken in that camp. Men, women, children, I killed them all. Tears streamed down Anakin's face. She's dead? In my timeline, yes, Vader said, but here. Now, there might still be time. Obi-Wan's eyes widened. Time for what? To save her, Vader said. To stop me from taking that first step into darkness. Anakin grabbed Vader's armor, desperation in his eyes. Can we? Can we really save her? Vader hesitated. The truth was, he didn't know. Time was fluid, changing. But if there was even a chance, we try, Vader said. We leave for Tatooine, now. But as they boarded the speeder, Vader felt it, a presence, dark. Watching, somewhere in the Senate building, Palpatine smiled. The game had begun. Chancellor Palpatine stood before the vast window of his office, gazing out at Coruscant's endless cityscape. His aged face was calm, pleasant, the mask of a kindly politician. But beneath the surface, darkness churned. He had felt it the moment Vader arrived. A rupture in the Force. A thread pulled loose from the grand tapestry he had woven for decades. Someone had tampered with time itself. Interesting, Palpatine murmured, his yellow eyes gleaming. Very interesting indeed. He reached out through the Force, searching. There, in the lower levels, 3 Force signatures. 2 familiar, and 1 impossibly wrong. Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and another Skywalker. No, the same Skywalker, older, broken, saturated in the dark side. Palpatine's smile widened. "So my young apprentice," he whispered, "you came back to stop me. How? Predictable." He moved to his desk and activated a secure comlink. "Lord Tyrannus, report." Dooku's voice crackled through, strained. "The target engaged me, Master." But he was different, powerful. He knew my techniques before I used them. "Because he learned them from you?" Palpatine said coldly. 20 years from now, silence on the other end. "Master, what is he?" "A problem," Palpatine said. "One we will eliminate. Gather your forces. I want every bounty hunter, every assassin, every asset we have. Find them. Kill the older one. Bring me Anakin alive. And Kenobi? Disposable?" Palpatine ended the transmission and turned back to the window. His reflection stared back at him, eyes burning with dark purpose. The plan was compromised, yes. But Palpatine had not survived for centuries by being inflexible. If Vader wanted to save Anakin from darkness, then Palpatine would simply accelerate the timeline. Order 66 could be activated early. The Jedi could fall tonight, and Anakin, young, desperate, grieving Anakin, would have no choice but to turn to the only man offering salvation. Palpatine pressed another button on his desk. "Contact Senator Amidala. Tell her the Chancellor requests an urgent private meeting tonight regarding Anakin Skywalker." The pieces were moving into position. Vader had made his opening move by revealing himself. Now Palpatine would make his. Across the galaxy on a transport racing toward Tatooine, Vader suddenly stiffened. Anakin noticed immediately. "What's wrong?" "He knows," Vader said, his voice tight with dread. "Palpatine knows we're coming." We're coming." Obi-Wan's hand moved to his lightsaber. "How can you be sure?" "Because I know how he thinks," Vader said darkly. "And if I were him, I'd use Padme as bait." Anakin's face went pale. "We have to warn her." "No," Vader said. "If we contact her, Palpatine will know for certain." "We have to assume she's already compromised. Then what do we do?" Obi-Wan asked. Vader stared out at the stars rushing past. 23 years of guilt, 23 years of loss, and now a chance to undo it all. But Palpatine was moving too. Faster than expected. "We split up," Vader said finally. "Anakin and I go to Tatooine. Save Sheem, break the cycle. You go back to Coruscant." "And do what?" Obi-Wan demanded. Vader turned, his scarred face grim. "Protect Padme, at any cost. Because if Palpatine takes her, we've already lost." The Senate building loomed before them like a monument to lies. Vader and Anakin moved through the corridors side by side, their footsteps echoing in perfect sync. Two Skywalkers, one destiny rewritten. Behind them, Obi-Wan and a squad of loyal clone troopers followed. Commander Cody's face was grim. He'd been briefed. He knew what was coming. "The Chancellor's office is ahead," Obi-Wan said quietly. "But Vader, are you certain about this? If we're wrong, we're not," Vader said. "I've lived this nightmare. I know how it ends." They reached the outer chamber. Palpatine's red guards stood at attention, crimson robes gleaming. "The Chancellor is not receiving visitors," one said, hand moving toward his weapon. Vader didn't slow down. He raised his hand, and the force erupted. Both guards flew backward, smashing through the office doors. Inside, Palpatine sat calmly at his desk, hands folded. His smile was warm, grandfatherly. "Anakin, my boy," he said pleasantly. "What is the meaning of this?" Anakin ignited his lightsaber. "Drop the act, Sidious. We know who you are." Palpatine's smile never wavered. "Sidious. My dear boy, what has this creature been telling you?" "The truth," Vader said, stepping forward. "About Order 66. About your plan to exterminate the Jedi. About how you used me to burn the galaxy." For a moment, silence hung in the air. Then Palpatine laughed. It was a cold, terrible sound that seemed to drain the warmth from the room. "Oh, Anakin," Palpatine said, his voice shifting, deepening. "Did you really think you could escape your destiny?" The mask fell away. His face twisted, aged, yellowed. His eyes burned with Sith fire. "I have foreseen every possible future," Palpatine hissed. "In every timeline, every reality, every version of this moment, you fall. Because you are weak." He rose from his desk, dark side energy crackling around him. "You fear losing those you love. That fear makes you desperate. And desperation makes you mine." Lightning exploded from his fingertips. Vader threw up his hand, catching the blast. Pain seared through his mechanical body, but he held firm. Anakin attacked from the side, blade slashing toward Palpatine's exposed flank. But the Emperor was faster than any of them remembered. He spun, producing a crimson lightsaber from his robes, deflecting Anakin's strike with contemptuous ease. "You cannot win," Palpatine snarled. "I am the dark side. I am inevitable." Obi-Wan joined the assault, his blue blade weaving through Palpatine's defenses. The office became a storm of light and energy. Palpatine fought all three of them simultaneously, his movements impossibly fluid, decades of hidden power unleashed. But then Vader did something unexpected. He dropped his lightsaber and reached out with both hands. The Force responded like never before. Not just his power, not just Anakin's, but something greater, something connected. Two versions of the same soul fighting as one. The room screamed. Palpatine's lightning shattered. His blade flew from his hand. For the first time in decades, fear crossed his face. "No," he whispered. "This isn't possible." Vader and Anakin stood together, hands raised, the Force flowing between them like a river of light. "You're wrong," Anakin said. "I'm not alone anymore." Together they pushed. Palpatine flew backward, crashing through the window. Glass exploded outward. The Emperor tumbled through the air, screaming in rage and disbelief. But he didn't fall. Dark side energy erupted beneath him, slowing his descent. He landed on a nearby platform, robes billowing, eyes blazing with hatred. "You have made a grave mistake," Palpatine roared, his voice echoing across Coruscant. "If I cannot have you, I will destroy everything you love." He raised his hands toward the sky. And across the galaxy, in every clone trooper's mind, a signal activated. Execute Order 66. Across the galaxy, Jedi ignited their lightsabers as clone troopers turned their weapons. But this time, they were ready. Master Yoda had received Obi-Wan's warning minutes before Palpatine's command. Emergency protocols activated. Jedi scattered. Clones hesitated, confused by conflicting orders. Order 66 had failed. On Coruscant, Vader felt a shift in the Force. Relief flooded through him. It worked. The Jedi are surviving. But then something else happened. The air around them began to shimmer. Reality itself seemed to crack. Anakin stumbled, clutching his chest. "What's happening?" Vader felt it too, a pulling sensation. Like the universe was trying to tear him apart atom by atom by atom. "The paradox," Vader whispered, horror dawning. "Two versions of the same person. In the same timeline. The Force can't sustain it." Obi-Wan steadied Anakin. "What are you saying?" "Time travel has a cost," Vader said, his voice breaking. "The Force maintains balance. One soul cannot exist twice." Reality is trying to correct itself. The shimmer intensified. Through the fractured air, they could see glimpses of other timelines. Anakin standing over younglings, blade ignited. Vader kneeling before Palpatine. Padme dying. Luke facing the Emperor. All the futures that could have been. Bleeding through. "No," Anakin said desperately. "We changed it. We saved everyone." "We did," Vader said. "But the Force demands payment." A voice echoed through the chaos. "Ancient, powerful, neither light nor dark. Two souls, one destiny, balance must be restored." The Jedi Temple in the distance began to glow with ethereal light. The Force was converging on this moment. "This choice, one of us has to go," Vader said quietly. "One Anakin Skywalker must leave this timeline, or reality itself will collapse." Anakin's eyes widened. "Leave? Where? Where?" "Back to my time," Vader said. "Or into the Force itself. I don't know. But if we both stay, everyone dies. The galaxy, the universe, everything." Obi-Wan looked between them, anguish on his face. "There must be another way." "There isn't," Vader said. He turned to his younger self. "You have to stay. You have Padme. Your children will be born. The Jedi will survive. This is the timeline that should exist." "But what about you?" Anakin asked, tears streaming down his face. Vader's scarred face twisted into something almost like a smile. "I've lived my life. 23 years of darkness, pain, and regret. But now, I've done something good. Something that matters. I saved you from becoming me." The cracks in reality widened. The Force was losing patience. Below them on the platform, Palpatine watched with cold calculation. Even in defeat, he was scheming. "Anakin," Vader said urgently, "promise me, protect Padme, raise your children, trust the Jedi, and never let fear control you." "I promise," Anakin sobbed. Vader placed his mechanical hand on his younger self's shoulder. For a moment, the two Skywalkers stood together, past and future, light and shadow. Then Vader stepped toward the edge of reality. "Wait!" Anakin shouted. "What's your real name? If you're not Vader anymore..." Who are you?" The man in black armor paused. Behind the mask, behind the scars, something human flickered. "I'm just a father," he said softly, "who finally saved his son." And then Vader walked into the light. The universe screamed. Reality snapped back into place like a broken bone resetting. The shimmering stopped. The paradox resolved. Vader was gone. Anakin fell to his knees, feeling the absence like a wound, his future self, his warning, his sacrifice, gone. Obi-Wan knelt beside him. "He gave you a gift, Anakin, a second chance. Don't waste it." Below them, Palpatine rose slowly, his face twisted in rage. Order 66 had failed. His apprentice had escaped his grasp, but he was still alive, still the Chancellor. The war wasn't over, it had only just begun.